Video's going, backup's going. You guys sound great. Chat room's ready. It's time. In 3, whoops, damn it. There's always something. Hold on. There we go. That's the one.
3 whoops.
3
So
whoops.
ball starts, so the jitters are gone by the time you actually start it. It's a great way to do well.
Damn straight. Okay, here we go for real. 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to There Will Be Dungeons at therewillbedungeons.com, a weekly D&D show where we play D&D and have lots of fun, and we're glad you're here with us. Thank you for being here live, and anybody listening later on the podcast or the archive video, we're glad to have you in any form we can get you as well. Quick note about our friends at phoenixpearltea.com. I made a goof last week about all the old teas going away. There is one that's staying because it's incredibly popular, and that is the Pixie Blush tea. That's my favorite, and if I could get more of it, I would. I just can't have sugar right now, but it's very, very good, and if you're looking for an amazing tea, that's one of them. You can find it and all the new stuff that's coming over at phoenixpearltea.com/TWBD. All right, as is the new tradition, I guess I throw it to you now, Kyle. Kyle will tell us who's going to tell us what happened last time on There Will Be Dungeons.
Splendorbelt,
Oh, shit.
tell me what happened at the Crypt of Cord.
We went into place, had to get turn water into better water, and to do so, we had many things to do. And it all went good in the end. The end.
He became Borat when being interrogated.
He's hiding something, I know it. Now, they technically saved the day. Go easy on them.
But we return to the present. Back at the Dungeon Guild. We returned from our previous adventure rather quickly, actually. We set off early in the morning and returned somewhere around noon. As for your day, you grabbed up the Grick sighting quest off the board for the next morning and had free time to do with what you will. You were paid and you all went your separate ways. Now, right now, Splendorbelt and Grinkeeper are staying at the guild and Co heads out back into town, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
What's a free afternoon look like for Splendorbelt?
Would probably involve, well, he's super into two things, really. One is potatoes, and the other is bird watching. So he would probably, for any free time he was afforded, would be sort of just wandering about looking for any birds that seem native or typical around this area, and just sort of notice them. Maybe doodle one or two in his little sketchbook he carries with him. That sort of thing.
Nice. Roll a perception check.
All right. Can do. That would be a 17.
Oh, you found a blue barf bridgeback.
Ooh, let me write that down. Blue barf bridgeback.
Yeah, very rare bird out there on your day. Do you have any aid for this, or do you just look with your eyeballs?
Just look with my eyes. If I could find one, I would buy a like a spyglass or some sort of lensed apparatus to let me see a little further. But up till my arrival in town, I've not been able to find anything like that. So I would be on the lookout for that sort of thing if we run into some vendors and things like that.
Okay.
Right now, just eyeballing it, find one sitting in a tree quietly, try not to disturb it, sketch it. I have good eyesight, so I can kind of see, I can see in the dark, but I can also see really, really well and crispy during the day.
Grinkeeper, what do you do with the remainder of your afternoon?
First up would be a very long nap. And then waking up a very big late lunch. And then she'd want to find out where all the dwarves hang out so she could work out, swap stories, learn a little bit about what's going on in the town. And then she'd head back for a big dinner and a big sleep.
All right. Roll an investigation check for me to see if you figure anything out in your questioning around town, looking for rumors and of the stuff.
18.
18? All right. You make your way pretty easily into a nearby gym. You manage to make some fast friends. What kind of routine do you do on a day like today?
Very light routine. So maybe some gentle hammer swings, a few javelin throws, some javelin thrusts, and running. Steps, more steps.
Wow. So you started your day with steps, and then you went on a full-blown adventure where I believe you rolled a death save too. So you got knocked out, and you're just back at it that afternoon.
That's what the big nap is for.
Ah.
Just picks you right back up.
Okay. Ko, what do you get up to with your afternoon?
So Ko would leave the guild, head into town. He would try to find a doctor or somebody who could kind of get him cleaned up a little bit. You know, it's been a violent morning, and there's lots of evidence of combat on him, wear and tear. So he would seek out getting that patched up best he could to hide it, including then going down to like a stream, getting changed out of his adventuring clothes, get into something a little more formal, a little nicer, try and wash the clothes best he could to hide any of the muck and blood. He was rolling around in that black goop and all of that. And then once he's cleaned up and seems presentable, he would head home.
And what's at home?
So waiting for him at home would be his 6-year-old daughter, Penelope, and his the nanny of sorts that he has take care of the family when he's out, as well as his wife, Anthela, who is currently, I mean, I don't know if she's awake or not, but she's currently bedridden. And he would come home as if he had simply been in town all morning.
Do you Spider-Man this? Is there like a dumpster somewhere with your adventuring clothes stuck to the back of it?
There's definitely a Spider-Man element to it. He carries it around in his bag. But there's definitely the, you bring it in and just, okay, let me go put my stuff down. Keeps it in his office in the house, tucked away from prying eyes. Definitely the levels of like, little kid gives you a hug and you're like, yep, good to see you too, as trying to hide fresh wounds and whatnot.
Excellent. Well, your evenings progress thusly, and it's the next day. And when you awaken, who in this party gets up first? Splendorbelt has a clerical tradition that you rise with dawn, the rise of the sun. Yep. Do you obey that, or do you like to sleep in a little bit?
No. I totally get up. Not a late sleeper. And part of that is to adhere to that tradition, but also to see if there's any new birds outside. So I'm all about the sleep and the birds. Give me the birds.
You immediately throw open your window and eagerly look for birds with a perception check.
All right. Can do that too. That is going to be an 8. Not great.
No one new today, but plenty of birds going about, mostly city birds, pigeons, crows, that sort of thing.
Sure.
Grinkeeper, when do you wake up?
Late.
Late as usual. Perfect.
There's one thing you can depend on Grinkeeper for. It's being late.
And Ko?
Fairly early. Probably not with the dawn, but probably close to it to start getting everything ready. He knows he's gonna have to head out fairly early, so he's up to make sure food is made and his daughter is up and dressed and check on his wife and, sort of get the house in order before he has to step out.
Is there a certain story you tell everybody as you head out for the day?
So the story that he tells is that he does say that he goes to the Adventuring Guild. He lets everybody know that he goes there every single day to look for postings of healers. He's looking for priests, clerics, paladins of renown to aid his wife. His claim is that he's putting postings on the board for recovery of magical healing artifacts, things of the like. And so that is the story, that he's going down there and seeing what can be done to take care of his family. They don't know that he's participating in it, though.
Gotcha, which is a pretty expensive thing to do, to be posting jobs on the job board. So you're playing a bit up the amount of income you might have, even though you've been quite profitable as an adventurer so far.
Yeah, so Ko has had money. The family does not know that they are broke. He was doing this for real, and he has burned through the fortune that he had acquired, and now is forced to take on the job himself to be able to continue to search. And he does not want them to know that.
Sounds good. It'll be our secret. Splendorbelt, you're looking out the window, and suddenly the door opens below you, out the back of the inn. There's a bit of a waste bin back there, and there's somebody carrying trash. But looking down, even though your perception check wasn't fabulous, you do once again see the head of that giant rat, and it's attached to a man. Some sort of rat man is taking out trash from the back of the guild. He wears a guild uniform, the same sort of bow tie, black bow tie with black vest and white shirt.
Hello. You. Man with rat on head.
Boys?
You belong here, yes?
Am I being haunted today?
No, I just see man with rat on head. I ask question.
This being, spirit, this is my head.
Oh, so you're some sort of rat man.
Yep.
Rat
Where at technically? I'm gonna throw out the trash now.
trash rat man. No, this is
Okay.
good. This is what rats should do. Take out trash. Is perfect.
He rolls a perception check of his own, turns around, and sees you above him. Looking up at him, you see a rather pocked and scarred individual of a rat with black red hair. The red sort of shows in the morning sun here. His hands are fleshy, long fingers, very bony, coming down to those pointed nails. Otherwise, he seems quite presentable. His clothes are very clean. Oh, hey, boy, it's you. What? Who are ya? Haven't met ya. You did day quests, huh?
Yes. I look at board, we take quest, we go do it. For money, for gold.
Ah,
It's
pretty
just
common.
job.
I'm Jimmy. Listen, I run the night shift, the night desk for acquisitions. So if you ever have a night quest, you come looking at me, okay?
Okay. I am Crandall Splendorbelt. It's my pleasure to meet you today, Trash Man Rat Jimmy.
You can call me Jimmy, head of acquisitions, if you'd like. That'd be a preferred title for me.
Jimmy, head of acquisitions, Rat Man.
If you must.
Okay.
If you must.
He seems like very nice rat. Now pat him on the head and just look at him.
you're on the second floor here, and so you reach down to get a pat?
Yeah, just like, and just kind of pat him softly on the head.
Oh,
a couple
I'm
times.
good. I'm good, sir. Thank you. All good. Very
Okay.
nice of ya.
Okay. You ever want to go see bird? I go look at birds anytime you want.
You eat them?
No, just to study bird, put down in book, think about bird, sometimes dream about the bird. Always nice to see bird.
You're a real thriller, aren't you? Well, hey, if you ever need any notebook paper or pens or spyglass or something, you come to the acquisitions desk. All right, I'll hook you up.
Okay. I tell my friends.
Sure, whatever your friends do, it's fine.
Okay, Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy. The rat. Acquisitions
All right,
rat.
I'm gonna throw this trash away now and get back to it.
Okay. Goodbye.
Just that.
I'll just wave.
Yeah. Heads back inside. Grinkeeper, you awaken. You're in that same little hallway of a room that you've rented at the guild hall. It's about 8:30 now, after some bird watching, and you awaken. Your quest today is scheduled for 10 a.m., a 10 a.m. departure for the Grick Sighted. You would know that your morning consists of just basically going to the desk to claim the quest, and meeting any acquisitions needed before heading out.
In that case, she would realize it's way too early to be up and go back to sleep.
Very good. Co, about when do you leave your house?
Let's see. Oh, about what time are we expected to typically congregate at the guild if we've already acquired our quest?
Let's see. With a 10 a.m. departure, it'd probably be businessman of you to be there around 9:30.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I don't think it would take too long to get there, so I'd probably leave around 9 or so.
All right.
Maybe
So
a little
around-
earlier, because he does have to go change into adventure clothes separate from the house. So
Sure.
we got to do the Spider-Man costume change, but beyond
Now
that,
you do that before you even reach the guild, correctly?
yes.
All right. Alley it up. Alley-oop. Splendorbelt, you exit your room. The guild is much like you saw it the very first day. A couple of people sitting around eating breakfast, taking it slow. The majority of the morning quests have headed out for the day. You see a lanky, tall individual wearing a green hood that is up. You see a young woman that you recognize from sitting in the corner having that heated conversation from your first day 2 days ago with the young man. This is a blonde hair with curls, and she wears a breastplate, has a kite shield on her back, and a long sword. And she just sits by herself with no food items, just kind of sitting there, hands crossed, elbows on the knees, waiting. You also see Riley Mancave. He's sitting at the bar having his usual morning drink.
Okay. And no sign of my 2 cohorts anywhere yet, right? I'm first one.
Not
there?
yet, no.
Okay. I will go and stand awkwardly near where we all sort of meet to get ready to leave, to make any decisions before leaving, that sort of stuff, and just stand there, kind of looking around.
You've kind of found a hover place over by the edge of the counter where you normally pick up your potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
As you come out, Groinhammer once again passes forth the 3 potatoes you usually request in the morning. He has them ready for you today.
Yep.
They've already been added to your tab, so there's no need to pay him directly.
Sweet.
Cassius, at the desk, is passing out a final quest, and he gives you a little wave over the top of the desk before getting back to work.
I'll acknowledge it with a nod and wait patiently for my friends.
Riley Mancave gives you a nod. So you lived your first cave, huh? Closed it up real good, kept an eye on that ceiling, I suspect.
Oh, yes. You were right about sealing. It's not good, but we make it. We did job. We came home. No, it is not. Nobody's perfect, but we are okay.
Ah, good. You taking another job today then, son?
Oh yes. We must make fat stacks. Keep making money.
Tell me. And he takes a huge swig from his stein. What does a cleric of Paylor need a bunch of funds for?
Save for rainy day.
Rainy day. Sun cleric, rainy day. Nice. Very nice. Well, what'd you pick out for today's adventure?
I forget. Literally forgot. What's our thing again? What did we pick last time?
Going after a Grick.
That's right. We're going after Grick, which I'm not familiar with, but I am confident we'll be fine. We have what we need to do job.
His face drops a little bit when you say that. Oh, Grick, huh? That's it's a bit of a predator you're after today. Those things. They say in the city nearby, one time, it was about 100 years ago or so, one got loose, 24 kill count before it was put down. Those things, the average person ain't gonna do too well against those. You be careful.
Well, we are not average. Today he will be prey.
Well, you got good confidence. I bet you'll make it to bronze yet, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. We move up ladder. Eventually we go to Fish Island. What is it? Fish. Is it Fish Island?
Snake Island?
Snake Island. Eventually, with
For the second time in this conversation, Splendorbelt frantically pats his pockets looking for the piece of paper, squints over with his excellent eyesight at the job board, sees Snake Island in the corner, confirms.
Oh yes, Snake. We get to Snake Island. We rid it of snakes or whatever is needed, and we win. But this is not yet. Today, Grick. Tomorrow, Snake.
Sure, you're taking on some charity work later, huh?
I don't. No one can say what is at Snake Island.
The payment snakes, boy. You don't get nothing for going to Snake Island. That's why it's still up there.
Why is it on board? Okay, hold on. If it is on board, should have reason to go. It is to pay or some other thing we get for doing Snake Island. Cannot just be snakes.
Nobody's got a good answer for that. It's been here as long as I can remember, an island of snakes with the payment of snakes. Don't think too much about it, huh?
Okay. Not today. Today, Grick. Tomorrow, something else.
Go, you enter. Looking... Well, actually, let's see. Let's do, let's see what you got. Let's do a... What would be a cleaning check? What kind of performance would... Maybe a performance.
Sleight of hand or
Yeah, sleight of hand's not a bad idea because you might be trying to cover up stains and the like and smells.
I got a extremely average 13.
Okay, alright. So looking normal, venturing kind of styles, walk in the door. You see Splendorbelt once again going off about Snake Island.
As much as I don't want to be a part of that conversation again, I still want to talk to Splendorbelt, so I will approach and join him at the bar or table.
Co-appears next to you, Splendorbelt, as you reach your climax of Snake Island complaints.
Oh, look who it is. He is back for more adventure, and I hit myself in the chest with my hand.
Yes, well, I wanted to tell you that I'm glad it is just us for the moment, because I need to tell you that yesterday I was maybe not at my best with the adventuring. Look, there was chalk in my eye, mistakes were made. I apologize for hitting you in the middle of the battle.
He's okay. Barely make a scratch.
I mean, it did a little more than a scratch, but
Okay, but no hard feelings. You
Okay.
make mistake, I take hit, he's okay.
yes. I mean, to be fair, it was only a mistake because the chalk was in the air, which I believe might have been caused by you, but it's not about whose fault it is. I apologize.
I take apology for serious. And know that despite very, very dumb mistake, still you very sorry is good for me.
Yes, I will do better at anticipating the unexpected and unorthodox when fighting alongside you.
And I, for my part, will also not stand too close to you either when we fight.
Then we have an understanding. Perfect.
Where is girl?
Time
Oh,
The time reaches about 9:45, and Grinkeeper, you awaken, realizing the time.
Oh no! And then she'll come running down. Oh my god, I'm sorry, guys. She's like tucking in her shirt into her skirt. Everything's banging together, the big hammer and the javelins. She'll run up, she'll order some food, pounding on the table. Hurry up! Hurry up! We got a cart to catch! We got a cart to catch! I'll be done soon. I'm sorry, guys. And then she'll get the food and run over to acquisitions, ask if they need anything, and just run around in circles.
While she's a whirlwind of activity in the morning, I will read about a Grick in the adventuring guide.
All right, roll an investigation check.
I'm so bad at these. Why do I keep doing it? Okay, 18.
All right. You find the section quite easily. Easily? Easy?
easily.
Easily. I like easily though. Maybe we need
Easily?
to have like our own dictionary here.
Yeah, that's good.
And you see that it is a predator. It is listed as a tier S opponent, deadly, for you. At your current rank, of course, this was the rank booklet given to the Delvers when they first enter, and you've leveled up since then. And you face some foes. The Grick is listed as an ambush predator, likes to hide. In fact, it likes to pretend it's rocks, hide rather still. And it features, from its awful, horrible existence in the Underdark, a resistance to non-magical weapons.
Don't love that.
All right. As I read this information, I will read it out loud, so that it is shared with Splendor Belt, and in the moments where she is nearby enough to hear it, Grinkeeper as well.
You hear some parts over the scarfing of food.
Rocks! Got it!
Watch out for rocks, is the message Grinkeeper has received.
Resistant to rocks. I know. Bye.
I would ask our
Cassius-
acquisitions guy if he has any magical maces or weapons of a magical nature, and how much they are.
You head over to Acquisitions, and it is once again Helen Clearstone.
Helen, you have weapon with magic, yes?
Oh, sure I do. For a price. You got 1,000 gold on you? I could enchant that up.
Oh shit!
It's a reasonable price.
No, it's too okay. Look, and I'll pull out one of my maces and say, "See, like this, but with magic on it, any kind. Don't care what kind, and needs to be closer to say 100 gold, maybe two,
Thunderbelt.
maybe two."
I can assure you that the Dungeon Guild sees fit to outfit It's deserving members. And if you don't have the coin, you haven't deserved the right to the weapon.
What if you give to me on loan? Just for time being. I give back to you, or we do it like I give you 50 now, and then sometime in future I have money, I give you money.
That's not how a shop works. Listen. Look at these. Look at the. And she walks clear to the back, pulls out a pair of yellow slippers, and brings them in. See? Boots of Elvenkin, huh? They work for them. Every single one of these items is very, very valuable. And this would be 2,000 gold pieces. There is no cheap. This is the price. Got cloaks of protection. I could enchant your armor for 1,500, but it costs that much in supplies. I give you what I spend.
You have
it's the guild way.
You have you don't have layaway plan.
Why would I ever, Mr. Splendibelt?
You can do credit card. That works. They charge you. No, you get money from them. If they have problem, they come to me. You don't have to worry.
Cassius, please. I am at my wit's end. Cassius enters through a side door adjacent to the room adjacent to it, another desk. What seems to be the problem here? Can I help in any way?
I am wanting to take weapon as loan with magic on the weapon.
That would be just foolish of us, frankly. Listen, Mr. Sprendabelt, I understand you're from the Church of Palor, where there's a lot of given out freely. We started that too originally. This is back 300 some years ago, back when the guild was first established. They did a pay-as-you-need system. They might, let's say, for instance, you wanted to borrow some, or you want to have some explosives for your day. Wouldn't that be nice? You could take said explosives and only pay if you use them 300 years ago. You know what happened? Everybody took explosives. And the people who needed explosives for their day, there were no explosives left. Everyone sat on them, hoarded them. And so everything is paid for up front now, sadly.
Okay. It does not hurt to ask for such things.
That is fair. It does not hurt to ask at all. At all. But if you keep doing jobs here, I bet you'll earn that 1,000 gold and you can get that magical item. Would you be more interested in maybe a lower paying quest for the day?
No, we take what we have. We do Grick. Grick is real prick. And we take him down, get gold, eventually buy things from your very inflexible store.
Right.
Is okay.
Inflexible.
Is
sure.
okay.
Allow me to do your briefing for today. I'll handle this, Helenar. You can head out for a break.
Yes, go away, irritated woman. Go.
Mr. Splendbelt, please. Please gather your party by the desk here.
Okay, it's time. Ko, lady with axe. Now is time.
Glad you have all gathered here. Your acquisitions requirements today are 0. You will not be giving any items today. I want to be very clear with you all. This is, of course, a wood-level guild quest. You are to sight the Grick. We have a report that a Grick is in the nearby forest. But there may be one about. All you need to do is confirm the sighting. We don't know whether it's a lie. The traveler has been quite spooked by this event and reported, and the guild is paying up front for this particular quest. Gricks are a lot like worms. They only come up if there's something wrong underground. So we're concerned, because one Grick above ground means there could be more, and it could also mean that there's something going on below ground, which is driving them upwards. Confirm the sighting and report back. There is no need for engagement. There is no need to slay. Merely report that the Grick is truly in the forest, and we will send higher level adventurers after it. Very good, understood?
I nod.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Co nods as well.
All right. You will be riding with Mitchton Aegis today. He's prepared out front. It'll be a shared wagon. You will be traveling with two other, one Delver and one Silver Rank, who's making their way for their quest for the day. You'll be dropped off, and Mr. Aegis will be back in the evening to pick you up. Should you not be at your point at that time, we will send Mr. Aegis one more time in the morning. After that, you will be reported as dead, which frankly is plenty of time for you to not die. So I look forward to seeing you again.
Okay, we go. Prepare money. We need the money when we come back.
That is how the guild works, Mr. Splendorbelt. We appreciate your patronage and your participation.
Pay Lord bless you.
And you.
All right.
All right, you guys head outside.
Yeah.
The two individuals outside of Riley Man Cave and the various employees stand up as well. They'll be joining you in the cart. You head outside, and there is a covered wagon. As you walk around the back, you see that there's a nice little table. There's even a little tea set set up there. There is a small stone underneath it, which is red hot, and the tea set has just begun piping. Next to that tea set, or in fact, reaching in the back of the cart and starting to pour the tea, is a large centaur man. He has a gorgeous lock of black hair that is all pushed over one side and hangs down, runs down the back of his neck a little bit, but hangs down about to his chest. He wears a large leather belt across his chest, which also has a shield on it, sort of a smaller version of a breastplate. Otherwise, he's completely naked, because why not? He says, I'm Mr. Aegis, and I'm here to take you on your various quests today. It's a pleasure. I'll be pulling the cart and manning the cart, too. It's a pleasure to meet new adventurers. Can I help you up?
I've got it. Thank you. And then
All right.
Grinkeeper will jump up.
You must be... wait, and he pulls out from behind his shield a little notepad, flips it open. Got a Grinkeeper Paladin heading to Crick Sighted.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. All right, we got a
Spiros.
Spiros. Nice. Heading to Grick Sighted. We have a Demetrios DiMontino heading to Moon Cultists. The man in the green hood flips it back, revealing his half-elf nature, dark features, and a pointed nose, and says, Yes, I am here. I am ready for my adventure. Climbs inside. We got a... Oh, dear. We got a Phaedra Norgoth heading to the Awakened Woods. That's me. I'm here. And she climbs up inside. And finally on my list, I got Mr. Splendorbelt, cleric, heading to Grick Sighted.
This is me.
Everybody inside, you bunch of rowdy folk. We're about to hit the road. Let's get going. I popped some tea up for you. We're going to have a good ride. Very smooth. Nowhere off trail today. Freshly shoed, too. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to pick you up later tonight, okay? Dusk. You know what dusk means?
Sundown.
Sun down, I'm there. Sun dark, no sun, I'm gone. All right?
Okay.
I ain't hanging out. I'm a brave man. But I ain't hanging out nowhere near no forest with a grick in it, huh? So you be there right, and he bangs the side of the cart, at dusk, or I'll see you in the morning.
You should find pants.
What kind of pants would I wear, Mr. Splendorbelt?
Right into it.
4 legs or 2 legs?
That's the question. And I ain't found nobody who can make 4-leg pants that would give me the width and girth I require.
Well, then, just enough to cover man penis.
It's covered. I am not currently aroused, and I don't plan to be during this here journey. Stays nice and tucked in, thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. It's good enough for me. Very
Let's hit
sad.
the road.
I'm sorry that I have asked this question.
Hey, you can ask anything you want, I just might be mad about it. That's my right. All right, we're hitting the road, everybody. Get on up. And he walks up to the front, throws the straps over his shoulder, buckles himself in, gets himself all set up. No saddle, of course, because he's not the one being ridden, but he is strapped to the cart. And he turns it around and heads out the town eastward. Wait, westward.
All right. Eastward ho.
The elf man in the green robe, which was introduced by the centaur as Demetrios Dimontino, is first to pour the tea. And he pours it directly into his own glass first, and then looks around and says, "Anybody want some? It's going to be a very long ride for me."
Yeah.
Yes, I will have tea.
Very good.
I will also have tea.
Mr. Aegis makes very good tea. I've ridden with him before, though I'm normally not in this part of the country, and I am currently bored out of my mind. Is anybody else bored out of their minds?
I do not get bored. Life is full of mystery and fun things for eyeball to see. Boredom is for boring people.
I
Splendid.
agree. Are you not taking fun quests?
I take many quests. Silver, I have done many quests, but I hunger. My soul hungers for campaign. Oh, a good campaign. Mission after mission with same story. Rich. The heroes, they flow. The women, they flow. It would be a beautiful thing to find campaign. Tell me, are any of you currently on campaign?
You make your own campaign.
Well,
I have to agree. Life is the campaign. Campaign is. I mean, we have done 3 different tasks in 3 different days. It is all together.
I like campaign, but bubbles make my nose itchy. Prefer drinks with no fizzy bubble in drink.
You
Not a
are
big fan of
thinking
campaign.
Champagne.
Well, that's what I say. Campaign.
no, the campaign. You think of the champagne.
Is fancy way for saying, hard drink for men to get drunk. Is champagne. Campaign. What is it?
I will give you that. Much work to get drunk on the champagne. But the campaign is when each quest is sweet. There'll be one villain, one pure villain, tie all the quests together. One lich, one hobgoblin is king hobgoblin, perhaps, huh? You see today?
You are looking for a nemesis.
Perhaps. For you see, today my quest is I head and meet 2 other random silver adventurers who join me on this quest. It is the Moon Cultists. Have you heard of the Moon Cultists?
This is new to
I've
me.
heard of moon worshippers.
This is quite different than the Moon Worshippers, the Lunar Cultists. This is the Moon Cultists. The Moon Cultists, they believe their dark god is trapped behind the moon. A star put there some time ago, forever ago, trapped. By destroying the moon, they free their dark god. It is foolish. They are fools. They make a dark Dark, what's this word? Ritual to destroy the moon. Fools, no villainy, just idiots.
Do you think they could do it, though? Destroy the moon?
Well, I wouldn't do a good job if they did. My job is to arrive, fantastically as I might, and kill said moon goddess.
Well, our job is to kill a Greek. Not to kill. Look. Look at the Greek.
Yeah. If you want to go far, you will take man-made villainy quests as you get up to silver. That's where the real money is made. The real money. But you do have to kill man. And killing man is very different than killing monster.
This is true.
Have you killed a man?
Let's just say when man dies, there is sadness and weeping. When
You have not killed a man.
when
You
monster
have seen
dies,
man die, yes? But
yeah,
not kill him.
yes. But when man dies, sad. When monster die, no one gives crap. This piece of shit monster, no one cares. You just kill it, and no one. It's all good. But man dies. Sometimes, man or woman, they have children, they have family or friend. Sometimes they have pet. They have dog. Dog is sad when man die. So I prefer. Like to kill monster. Man is complicated to kill man.
The girl with the blonde curls and the breastplate and longsword speaks up. My party killed a man. I'm looking for a new party now. I'm gonna meet them today. It wasn't intentional, but our healer, who is no longer with me and in my party, healed me instead of the downed man, and in that time, he was slain. This is not the same. Foolish acts, sad pets. You know nothing of killing men. You there, with the grin on your face. Have you killed a man?
No. I mean, I've slain a few hearts.
Oh, adorable. Ko was the name, yes? You kill a man?
No.
Yeah. I'm afraid I will find no entertainment here then. No one who can relate to Didi. Huh? You get to silver, you get a name too. I am Demetrios Dimontino. They call me Didi.
Didi. It's,
I'm off.
It's a bit silly.
It is easier to say. People become confused, overwhelmed by my presence. My gusto. Chutzpah.
No, but you ask me, you say Demetrios. Oh, it has power behind it. Didi. It
Sounds like a girl.
What calling a dog?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Come here, Didi, they would say.
You do not choose your own hero name at silver rank. It is given to you. It is given by the people. And
Who
people love me
named
so.
you?
They love me so the people name me. They love me so much they call me Didi. Didi for short.
I think
like I did love
you on raw end of joke stick. Somebody give you fake name and you think, oh, look at me, I have new name, but what you have is shit.
They are
name.
merely intimidated by my beauteous name.
Oh yes,
They do not
here,
wish to say it wrong.
here comes Didi. Look out, everyone! Get your sword out. Didi is here.
I am going to tell you, nobody has ever been afraid of.
Perhaps they fear my bow. Not just the Didi name, but the bow behind it. What about my companion I meet today? Mega Blocks.
Is it a giant baby?
No, it is
Does he carry a shield and is very good at blocks?
the very same. Yes,
Oh, I like that.
the massive Titanic woman, Mega Blocks. This is a hero name given to her.
I don't know. This name sounds like it was
It is joke
something
like
that
other
a child
name.
plays with.
Yes, it's all joke.
And
Mega
we will
block.
see what the people label you then, huh?
Smasher.
You call you Grick Runawayer, or I do not know your names well enough to make fun of them. This is not fair. I give my full name, you give. I'm silent. I silent. He flips up his hood, turns to the side.
Well, Didi, you can call me Ko, or Kospiros. It's
I call you Kospo. I call you Kospo, because you make fun of my name.
okay. You know, that's fine, but Kospo still better than
Better
Didi.
than Dee Dee.
It is so much better than Didi.
Turn around if I could. There's no room in this cart for me to give you my back.
May as well be poo poo, or I don't know.
He turns around with great ire in his eyes at this poo-poo name. He swells up, breathes in deep. You can see him, he's kind of getting fidgety. He's looking for a glove or something. And then the cart comes to a stop. Okay, here we are, Grick-sided. Out you go.
See you, Dee Dee.
I
Goodbye.
will not see you. You fools!
Goodbye, poo poo.
I will be great. The great Didi will be name on everybody's lips. The moon
Yeah.
cultists, they won't have lips because they be dead because I so good at manslaying.
Yes, they will sing
I would
song
say
to
you
great
should
Didi.
be,
Oh, Didi, you killed a big scary beast. That's the song they sing.
Let me tell you, Didi, every night when I go to bed and I look up at the stars in the sky and I see the moon glowing happily up there, I will think, it is still there for me to admire, thanks to the amazing works of Didi.
Didi. Didi.
The cart starts pulling off and he yells at the back as it disappears. You say that now? You say that now? But one day Didi will be great. Didi is great.
No, I like that Dee Dee guy.
He should be thankful every single day that his parents did not name him Pemitrios Pemitino.
Grinkeeper will go silent and think a bit. Kind of go pee silently, and then go, oh.
You'll have been dispensed, and we're here on the map for the miniature bits. You may reference at your leisure. You are on the edge of a large forest. You are some west of town, and there is a cart that's been off to the side of the road. The mud that the wheels would be in has dried, so this is a cart that's been sitting here for some amount of time. The cart is a trapper's cart, obviously. It has a lot of raccoon tails and pelts, has a couple of birds inside that have passed since being left alone, since they're trapping. You see a downed horse, which has befell the days of rot that it has faced since falling, and a trail that leads up into the woods. Otherwise, there is no driver, just this cart.
Keeper immediately starts looking for suspicious looking rocks.
All right, roll a perception.
Five.
They all look real suspicious, those rocks.
Goes Grinkeeper.
Would anybody else like to do anything around the cart? Or shall we head down the forest path?
I would examine the cart to see if maybe there are tracks of any indication leading into the woods.
Cool, let's do a survival check for looking for tracks.
always want to do the skills I'm bad at.
Hey, you could roll a perception just to point them out and then have somebody else do the tracking part of it.
Okay, I'm not any better at perception. So I got a 4 for looking for tracks, and I got a 9 for pointing out the tracks I didn't see.
Well, you point excitedly to the ground. Splendorbelt, make the same rolls, a survival and a perception for me.
Can do. That is a 14 for survival. And for perception, a 14.
Cool. You immediately see that Ko has pointed out some horse tracks that immediately stop with the dead horse. You, however, see on the path in this old dried mud some large slither marks, something of about 1.5 feet wide.
Okay.
Came out of the woods, turned around, left a big sort of hill in the grass where it would have been damp at the time, and then slithered back up into the woods down the trail.
I will point this out and say Grick is like snake. It's like big worm snake, yes? I think I found track for Grick. And
That's fantastic.
we should hold on. I want to see what bird these are. I want to see what birds are in the trap.
Okay.
Traps. And I'll feel slightly bad about this because I don't like dead birds.
Roll a medicine check.
Okay. Very dirty 21.
Oh, nicely done. So you climb up into the trapper's cart, push aside some of the massive piles of furs and other sort of trade goods that have been left to here. There is a small sign you see as you enter the cart that says official guild business that was left some time ago. You find a grouse dead. However, you do see a wooded thrush who you note is barely alive.
Wow. Okay. Just the one is alive?
Just the one wooded thrush.
I will I'll go, oh no. No, this one yet breathes. And I'll get over to it and delicately sort of, is it laying on its side or how's it, what condition is it in?
Animal handling check.
Okay. Oh, not bad. A 13.
All right, you reach on in, you open up the cage, you reach on in, and this bird is dehydrated due to your animal handling check and your medicine check. Could be easily brought back if you have a little squeeze bottle or a way to get it back up.
I will pull out my water skin and hold it to the beak and sort of, squeeze some beads of water out and see if I can't get it to take.
With your animal handling check, you manage to gently do this with your massive mitts. And the bird starts to resuscitate, begins to liven up a little bit.
I will call you... Your name is Yuri.
Do you place Yuri any special place?
Without trying to be obvious to the other two what I'm doing, I will put Yuri in my... trying to think how my armor's laid out. I'd want to tuck it away in a cloak, sort of, or somewhere in a pocket that's safe.
Well, you said you had a bunch of potion packs around your belt last episode. You could also grab the cage it was in and tie that to your belt. You could any number of things.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I one of those potion encasement things is empty. So if I pop that, it's got room in there for something like this. So I would put the small bird in there.
Kind of like you would have for a Leatherman or a knife. You have this hardened leather that is maintaining its shape, and you shove the bird in there. However, you did say you were doing it sneakily, so let's roll a sleight of hand to see if anybody else sees this.
Okay. Not my best stat. Well, is a natural 1. I have a -1 on that, so it's a 0.
Let's see here. You don't have a weight listed, but you are a half orc. What ballpark would you give yourself?
Like what? As far as what do you mean?
As body weight, not counting the like chainmail you're wearing, the apparently crossbow, crosslight, the 2 maces you have on your person, the shield, the scale mail actually.
Yeah.
What do you think your basic body weight
My
is?
basic body weight's right around 225, 230.
Okay. So
Pounds.
with each turn of his, you all with your passive perceptions are able to clearly see Splendor Belt, some close to 400 pounds of armor and man. Look left over his shoulder. Look right over his shoulder. And as he does, the cart goes. And you see him stuff a bird in his pocket.
What
Least-
exactly are you doing?
It's okay. I find Bird. He's not dead. I nurse him back to health. It does not affect what we do here today.
And you have decided that this bird is going to come with us.
Yes. His name is Yuri. He's nice. He's nice bird. Do I know what kind of bird he is from my birding?
He's a thrush.
Thrush. I'm gonna write that down. He is Yuri the thrush. He is good bird.
Okay, you are going to be sad if something happens to it.
Their
They-
subfamily includes robins and flycatchers, as
Oh,
well
very
as
nice.
the chat.
All right. Yes, but I'd be sad if he was already dead or if he did not survive just now. So it does not matter when. I'd be sad no matter what. He's okay. He's okay. He's in pocket. He can stay. He's good hard leather. We get him back to town. Do something better with him. But for now, we save him.
Okay.
Would anyone else like to inspect or do anything around the cart here or the horse before we head down the forest path?
Greenkeeper's still looking at rocks.
Suspicious rocks they be.
Kicked a few, but
Ah.
moved.
Suspicious rocks they be. Don't touch the rocks.
All right.
Do we know that they're suspicious? She's keeping this to herself, right?
Well,
You were told by the quest giver Cassius that they, or co-read the book earlier about how they pretend to be rocks.
How big are the rocks?
You have no idea. If they pretend to be rocks, there was no size of rock given.
Okay. All right. He will do nothing about that then.
I mean, this is going to be the easiest bit of money we've ever made. All we have to do is go in and see something and turn around and come back.
You mean you're not tempted to kill it? It's pretty evil, it sounds like. 23 people in the last town?
This is
Out
a
in the
lot.
middle of the woods.
Man warned me in place. He says, do not take lightly this beast.
Did
Kills-
anybody get a promise of a bonus if we kill it?
No.
Saving more people's lives. And Grinkeeper will look at the cart. And more horses. And then she'll look back at Ko.
Ko, you would note, as you were the one to go through the various trophy cabinets, that there is not a Grick trophy up there.
They didn't say there wasn't a bonus.
And with that, we head down the forest path. So, we are entering a dense, wild forest. There is a small game trail that perhaps this cart owner used to collect these birds and various pelts, but it is simply a game trail. It's not like a hiking trail that is either thinned or well established or removed of logs. looking at your character sheets, how would you contribute to navigating a woody area, in particular following tracks? And you can use anything here. If you want to convince me that religion will help lead the way, let's go for it. But find the way that your character would contribute to this motion.
I would rely on the inspiration of Palor to send me in the right direction.
Okay, all right. Let's roll a religion check then. You contact Palor asking for guidance.
Okay. Let's call that a 17.
17?
Yep.
All right, all right. You do you bow your head? Or are you boisterous and loud? Do you hold up your symbol? What's a prayer to Palor like for Splendor Belt?
It is depending on the situation, but in this particular case, I would hold one of my maces high above my head, and I would say not too loudly, but I'd say, "Palor, guide my path," and then wait for the usual inspiration.
All right, as you do this, you feel like the sun and its beams cutting through the trees grows stronger, and you have a strong sense of direction based on these sunbeams. You know which way's north by connecting it to this morning sun you have, at least around 11:30, so noon sun, but still enough for a sun worshiper to understand which way's which.
Okay. I will inform them of my promptings and say,
As we go. Oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
was going to say, we go this way. Due north, I say, and I just start walking it.
Oh, wait! I'll take the lead.
Yes, you be in front. I'll be in back.
All right, well, as Grinkeeper has taken the lead, what skill are you contributing to the party?
Divine sense. She's convinced this thing is some sort of fiend.
Okay, let's take a look at Divine Sense. Or you're talking about
Detect good and evil.
Detect Good and Evil. So it looks like you can use it times per day, 3 times per day right now. Before a long rest. You know the type of monster, fiend, celestial, or undead. And you're looking for evil auras. How long does this last for? Till the end of your next turn. Okay, so this would be a use. So right now you're trying to just ride casual. Not necessarily expend these uses, but
Yeah, she'll wait until needing to pinpoint a specific location.
let's do an insight check then.
An 8.
All right, well, you're confident anyway. And you move down the trail. Ko, how do you contribute?
Knowing that this is a ambush predator from the book, Ko relies frequently on stealth himself. Therefore, he is looking for places with which he would use to set an ambush or hide or disguise himself, and is trying to keep an eye out for areas that would match that as potential lurking places for the creature.
Okay, let's do a stealth check then with your knowledge of stealthy places.
It's going to be a 16.
All right. And everybody make a survival check in addition to this as we follow those tracks.
A 5.
13.
And 9.
Okay, well, Grinkeeper got the high roll, so you maintain in front. You've got an eye on those slithers that you eyed earlier. And with our additional rolls, we head into the woods. As you travel, the woods thin out a little bit, very much grouped tight along the edges of the road, as that provides massive amounts of sun, sideways at least, to those trees. But as you advance, they start to spread, they start to find their own sunbeams, bushes and vegetation grow up underneath the trees. Logs have been downed, just an old forest all around. Lots of birds flitter through the trees. And Grinkeeper, roll a dexterity save.
$16.
You manage to step down. Your foot lands, you hear some twigs break. But your reactions are quick. You pull your foot back and a bear trap snaps at your feet.
Ooh.
Grimkeeper just stands there shocked with her mouth open. And then she'll turn back and look at Cohen Splendor Belt and go, bear traps. And then she'll grab a javelin, wood side to the ground, and start using that to poke the front as they keep going.
Cool, kind of like you do through deep water looking for the big hole. You're looking to set off a bear trap before you would intercept it with your own foot.
Yeah.
Sounds good. You all advance down the trail. No more bear traps seem to be triggered along this way. And you come to I guess it would be a four-way fork, but your trail intersects with three, one going down the middle, one going to your upper left, and one going to your upper right. How do you choose which way you go through the forest?
Which way, Paylor man?
Paylor, speak to us about direction, please. And I hold up my thing again.
Roll a religion check.
Okay. That will be 16.
All right. You get a feeling that the left side would be a fool's errand. And approval from your god is met by going either forward or to the right.
So the left one's a fool's errand, did you say?
Correct.
Okay. To go right is right. Or better to say, go right is correct.
Then right it is.
Okay. And we start going left or right. Whoops.
Now, this is a digital game, but you know, I see your all faces. Ko, you looked rather suspicious of this decision based on faith alone. Is there anything you'd like to do? Any checks you'd like to perform?
I mean, I'm so bad at it, but yeah, I'd be looking for the tracks that he pointed out earlier because looking based on faith seems silly.
All right. Roll a survival check.
Okay. 8.
Ooh, big roller.
I'm so bad at this skill.
Grinkeeper and Splendor Belt start heading down that right path, and Ko falls back for a moment, looking around in the woods. And you find a rabbit. It's been eaten, scooped at by the looks of it. Like someone took a big old, ladle and just kind of took chunks out of it with it.
Ugh. Just kind of rush to catch up and let them know what I saw. But having not seen any tracks, I might as well go on faith, I guess, at this point.
The two of you could make a nature check if you chose to do something with that information. Otherwise, we will proceed.
Yeah, I'll do a nature check.
If I do them, will it help? Can we stack?
10.
Okay.
Well, you're doing your own. You're thinking in your own head. Ko ran up to you, told you about a scooped rabbit.
11.
Okay. You would know with your vast bird watching knowledge that scooped predator or scooped prey often is from a beak, some sort of bird beak, perhaps, or mainly what like a hawk or a parrot might leave as a marking.
A large parrot.
Yeah, it's a very large parrot.
By the way, for the
Gricks do have beaks, right? They do, right? Inside.
Oh yeah, you saw one down in the tunnel that day.
Kyle, we're heading to the. Are we heading north?
At the moment, yes.
All right. So we are in the forest north on the map you made.
Correct. You would be so you'd be heading northwest at the moment.
Okay. Okay. Somebody in the chat was asking.
I mean, it seems like we are going in the right direction. So, the snake body, the beak, it all sounds like a Grick to me.
You all hike for some time. Unsure of exactly how much, except for Splendorbelt is able to read the sun, and it's about an hour and a half that you embed yourself in these woods. And you come to a bit of a clearing, or at least the density of the vegetation gives, and you see an old stone bridge before you. There is 2 creeks that combine to your right, flowing underneath the bridge and heading down a pretty turbulent little bit of rock to your left. To your upper right, you see a crest, a outcropping of rock that's flat on top, as well as several large boulders to both left and right. And I will reveal this on the map below, and we can all move our characters down there. I'll grab you guys here, real simple lag. So you find yourself heading north. And this is sort of the trail you see. Splendorbelt taking up the back, Grinkeeper in front, and Ko in the middle.
Grinkeeper's eyes will get wide at all of the rocks and stones and kind of hold her arm out and go, "Carefully, everyone. This could be it." And then slowly, cautiously proceed.
All right. Grinkeeper proceeds. You reach the edge of the bridge. Do you do anything special crossing this bridge?
I would grab both sides of the. Is it ropes for guardrails, or how's this bridge look? Is it just
It's an
flat
old
wood?
stone bridge. It has edges, but they're only about 2 feet high. It is a briefly 10-foot wide dirt road here. But so far, you've basically been moving down a single box, a single hex 5x5.
Okay.
Here it opens up, suggesting there used to be some older, more established trail, but this is all that's left. A tree grows right in the middle of the path ahead.
So it's not like a Temple of Doom suspension bridge made out of wood and rope and all that. This is like a stone.
No.
Okay.
Yep, stone, water flows underneath it. That strong creek, but nothing terribly deep. You see maybe 3 feet of water below, 5 feet wide, and bushes, trees, rocks all around.
Okay. Yeah, I would be fine. I'd be confident and ready to roll.
All right, Ko, do you want to do anything?
No, Ko's just following around, trying to be alert, watching the rocks that was pointed out by Grinkeeper.
Okay, you all proceed to the bridge and cross. And as you do, you hear a screech. A high-pitched screech like a eagle or a hawk of some kind, coming from that rocky, just like that, rocky outcropping to the right that I pointed out.
Grinkeeper turns her head.
And does what with a turned head?
Looks and watches.
Turns and coughs.
Did I ever hear the creature when I was down there, or I just saw it, right?
You only saw it. You heard some banging and some rumblings through the rock, but it didn't make any sort of noise at you that day.
Okay.
as you look on, hear these screeches. Appearing at the very top of the rock, you see a large creature. At first, it looks like a bird, a hawk, but a little too big. And then you notice that it's too large to be just a normal hawk. And in fact, it seems to have a longish face, like a horse. And the wings unfurl behind it. It gives a big old shake before it puts its whole body into another screech. Its hooves stomp on the rocks, its big wings coming out of its shoulders.
Grinkeeper will roll an intimidation and scream back.
Yeah.
With a 17.
A 17, all right. It backs off a little bit. It stamps its hooves, confused. And as it does, a second one appears next to it. This one brightly colored, not of the same dull white and gray feathers, but this one brown and purple and greens, all mixed into its plumage.
Grinkeeper, I will then roll a persuasion to stomp Grinkeeper's feet to convince them that they're just passing. They aren't the quarry being sought.
Okay, make an animal handling or nature check instead of persuasion.
All right, so animal handling or nature.
Because you're not persuading with words, you're persuading with body language, with other skills.
3.
All right. Grinkeeper thinks it's a good idea to dissuade these animals by grabbing her two-handed hammer and with one arm and swinging it wildly over her head like a helicopter. Saying, "Hey, calm down now."
Ko would reach out. I don't think this is the best way to handle this. This
Okay.
is not who we are looking for. Maybe we back off a little bit.
Okay, yeah, good idea.
I agree with Ko. He's dangerous, these things.
Wait, you know birds?
Not these kind of birds. This is no bird. These are like shit bird. This is bad bird. Not same. Same. Birds are kind and peaceful and just hang out in tree. This is no tree.
So,
Looking at them, do we seem to be the source of their agitation? That doesn't look like they're reacting to anything else, just us.
they very much seem to be gesturing in your direction. One will stamp its hooves on the rock and then angling its neck down and bring it up, give a ooh, ooh, ooh kind of call. The other one will watch and do the same head movement and then bang its hooves as well. The path continues past this outcropping. Do you want to continue forward on the path or forge something else?
We can always go around.
Through the woods?
And Ko will start backing up, still facing forward, but backing away.
Grinkeeper will see everyone backing and start backing as well.
Splunderbelt?
Same. I'll follow suit.
All right. This would leave Grinkeeper in the front as we back up. Are we going to go off the trail or return to the fork in the road?
Grinkeeper would start going off the trail,
Okay,
heading to the left until they find a cross point on the creek.
cool. So
Or
we
the
start
thing
bushwhacking.
Warning, yeah.
All right, well, with a bit of bushwhacking, let's take our break.
Perfect time for a bushwhacking break. That's kind of sounds bad. All right. Hey, everybody, come back in a few minutes where we'll continue today's adventure. We'll see you in a minute.
pull a map. Was that the map from the Slack?
Both the Slack map and the they like the 8-bit map with the
Cool.
with the little simple things. It's just a great little simple way to do it.
The Slack Mac is terribly inaccurate at the moment.
Yeah.
Definitely for our own personal use rather than official Maparinos.
Think of it as I don't know. Think of it like a real map. It's not. It's history's written by the victors. It's not exactly accurate. Europe's small, but they made it prominent because that's how map makers did it. They were trying to make the king look better. I get it. Maps change
Yeah.
is what we're saying.
Right.
It's fine.
This is
Yeah.
the one that was on the back of a menu at
Right.
a local eatery,
Right.
and it's maybe not as accurate as what you would get from a library or some other reputable place.
There you have it.
Yeah, it's
This is
worth
all
letting.
correct.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to get everybody a real map as we officially map all the locations.
Yeah. They're fun.
But
I
for
like
now,
maps.
there is much hidden.
I'm a map fan. But also, we're back with the latter portion of today's adventure. So we throw it back to Kyle.
So we were going bushwhacking. We're going off trail.
Whack it.
So once again, I will ask, how do we proceed? Does anyone do anything that makes bushwhacking easier? What sort of skills do you contribute to this bushwhacking adventure?
So when you say bushwhacking, like literally bushes in the way, it'd be good if we had a machete kind of bushes.
Right. I mean, not the dense, dark vegetation of a jungle, but you are trying to circumnavigate this area with the beast you just saw, while maintaining maybe sight of the previous trail, maybe using tracks, or how are you making sure you don't get lost in the woods?
Grinkeeper can't help everyone stay on track, but she can fight away the vegetation to make the walk easier with athletics.
Okay, so sort of a bend and snap back the branches in the way for your companions behind you.
Yeah,
Cool. Let's contribute an athletics roll.
17.
Cool. Co, what do you bring to the party?
I mean, similarly, still trying to maintain eyes out for stealth and things that might ambush us, but in this case, with the idea of not getting lost specifically, he'd be trying to keep an eye on the river, keeping it to our right, knowing that, okay, this, the river flows to the path. If we keep the river to our right, we keep moving alongside it, theoretically, it's very easy to find our way back.
Cool. Give me an active perception check then.
A 14.
All right. And Splendor Belt.
In this case, in addition to relying on Paylor's inspiration to point me in the right direction, I would pull out my 2 maces, which hang around my belt, and start whacking at weeds in front of me that pose any sort of obstacle.
Well, you are in the back of the group, so any weeds you whack would be for your own purposes and joy.
That's exactly what I would do. I would.
So you formalize the trail as you pass through it.
Yeah, and I would act like this was really important, even though probably deep down he knows it's not.
Okay, I mean, it would allow you to know where you came from, as the destruction would verify that.
Yep,
So let's do an athletics check for you as well.
can do. Athletics incoming. Let's call that a 17.
All right, excellent. Well, everyone rolls quite well. We keep an eye on the trail. We managed to make our own little trail here. And after a short 15 minutes or so, you regain the path, now clear of whatever those massive bird horse beasts were. And we proceed deeper into the woods. About a half hour passes in your explorations. Continue to keep your eyes open. Everyone's passive perceptions doing their work as they travel. Ko, you notice on a tree about 10 feet off the trail, there's a carved face. Just a very, very simple done with a knife carving.
And how far up the tree was it?
It's about 3 feet up it, pretty low.
All right, let's go take a look at that. Let's go get a closer look.
All right, Ko breaks trail, breaks formation, heads off the trail about 15 feet to this tree with a seemingly old but smiling face carved 3 feet up the trunk.
What is it?
I don't know. It's just a little face in the tree. But curious to be all the way out here.
This looks
Does
like
he say hi?
nothing normal to me. Never seen this before.
Just give it a little examine, maybe a little knock on the tree, and then, assuming nothing happens, walk back to join the party.
Greenkeeper says hi to the tree. Ko knocks on it. Nothing special happens, but Splendorbelt, you see yet another face about 15 feet away in another tree, leading off the trail yet again, some 15 feet.
Another face? Is it a familiar? Is it like this other face? The same face?
Same style, same carving, same craftsmanship level.
I would look to then see if this is a pattern and look for a third tree and if this is leading in a direction.
You do note that there is a number of trees. Your perception here in the midday sun with the beams coming through the treetops is you see about 5 of them connecting the dots, making some sort of trail through the woods.
I think it is safe to say that the Greek did not do this.
It's a good point. They don't have hands, do they?
Not that I saw. So maybe we simply make a note of it, and we bring this information back to the guild when we are done.
What if this says direction we should go?
Why would it do that?
I'm just saying, you have tree with face, and another tree with face. Perhaps tree with face keeps going. And the more you follow tree with
does,
face,
but it is not going to lead us to a Greek.
maybe whoever make tree on face is leading us to Grick through tree on face. Or face on tree. I don't know why I say it the other way. There is no tree on face. I'm not saying we have to do it. We can ignore it. It's fine. Just saying, hard to ignore. Tree and face. And then more tree with face.
I will admit I'm curious, but at best, it leads to somebody who maybe can give us some information, but at worst, it is somebody with ill intent.
Grinkeeper will cast detect good and evil. It's just, you know, the one, a divine
sense. You know the location of any celestials, fiends, and undead within 60 feet of you. There are none of those things within 60 feet of you.
Seems like it's nothing.
Okay.
Rick first, faces later if we have time.
Okay. Ko is right. We tell people back at guild. For now, we ignore.
All right, you make your way back down the trail. You travel for another set of time, some 30 minutes. And you come across a small dent in the ground, about 6 feet by 6 feet. A pool of water. You see this shalish rock, this limestone, all around the edges, Whole thing is full of water. You can see the bottom about 6 feet down. And as you walk past this along the trail that you've been following, you come to another one. This one about 30 feet wide. You come to another one, 45 feet wide. You've entered this area of the forest that is full of sinkholes, where the ground seems to have given out and is now allowing fish and other sorts of wildlife to scurry about. And every time you enter a new area, various squirrels and rabbits run for cover, birds run from the tree, undisturbed as they are here on this simple game trail. These sinkholes become larger and larger and more frequent, each of them filled with water to some amount. They are rather plain. Looking at them with your passive perceptions as you pass by, you see that they are complete. There's no tunnel systems that you eye. There's no underground caverns of sorts. Just simply a hollow bit of ground that gave way up top and is now fostering a small ecosystem below.
Are there any stones about, like small stones?
Sure. There's rocks.
Splendor Belt would pick up a stone and toss it into one of these holes,
You do so.
just to get a sense of how deep or whatever. Won't really be able to tell, but well, I guess I should ask how translucent is the water? Is it thick and opaque, or what is it?
It's rather filled with leaves, mossy, various rotten debris. Nothing villainous, nothing seemingly wrong. Just a lot of things growing in there, and the ones that do have enough water to support the fish and whatnot, and frogs, are about 15 feet deep by your judging. You get a pretty good kaplunk out of your rock throw, and one of the bigger ones you drop down to about 40 feet wide, 60 feet wide, some of them. Small little fish swim to the side, tadpoles and the like, getting out of the way of these ripples you've created.
But nothing big or booming or anything stirring from this.
You don't see anything.
Okay.
You can always roll additional checks, but with your passive perceptions, I have your passive investigations, perceptions, and insights, and you don't notice anything unique about this particular sinkhole.
Okay. Good enough. I'll keep moving.
Cool. We advance down the road. As you go, you start to head uphill a bit, and the sinkholes give way for a time, about 15 minutes. And you're going up this hillside, and you notice something. You first, Splendor Belt, you notice another face carved in the tree.
Okay.
You're the one to notice it? Do you point it out to the party?
Same face, same carving.
Same style and make. Little smile on seemingly an old woman's face.
I know we've done this already. Like, Ko already knocked on a tree, but I'm gonna creep up next to it and just go, "Hello. Can you hear me, tree?"
You get no response from the tree.
I will poke it in an eye.
You poke it in a woody eye and you feel hard tree underneath.
Okay. Okay, is another tree. It's nothing to see. Keep moving.
Is there another one within sight? Like it's another trail?
You see, about 15 feet away, another tree with the same face in it, and a tree beyond that, and a tree beyond that.
Does
Going
it
back
seem
the
to
way you
be-
came.
Okay.
Always heading off to the right of your trail right now.
Well, 2 times in a row is pretty odd.
It is. I don't know. I get a weird feeling about this. It just seems like somebody trying to lure you into the woods.
It does feel like this. Also, if you're going to mark trees, just put paint or poke stick. It's a lot of work to make whole face. Multiple trees. It's like, hey, how many trees? Kind of Italian there. Hey!
How many trees we got there?
These trees they all have same face. Seems like lots of work for just marking tree.
And it's all about 3 feet off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That is another thing. The height seems like it is designed to lure small ones away.
Oh. Grinkeeper will roll a religion.
Okay.
10.
10? Nothing in your experience. This is perhaps a symbol, perhaps some sort of god's face put in the trees, but you don't have any experience with it.
Yeah, Grinkeeper then will just shrug and keep going.
We proceed forward. And as you turn to face the path that was once there seems gone. Large bushes stand in the way.
Grinkeeper will fight the bushes open.
You attack the bushes. With your hammer?
No, with her javelin that she was using for the bear traps.
So you poke them. You spear at them.
Yeah, and then do like a little circle thing until the leaves fall off.
So you start swinging wildly, poking wildly at these bushes, and you make a little path through the two of them and proceed onward. Your path continues going slightly upward yet again on this forest trail. And you see out in front of you a large stone archway, about 15 feet apart. The stones stacked on top of each other, smooth. Each one about 2 feet large by 4 feet wide. It's not sort of a Stonehenge, but it is a arch with 2 large pieces and then a piece on top, except for it's made of these large many stones that seem to be smoothed by water or somehow smoothed out, like large river stones. And this trail goes between them. And as you look up the hill, you see that it weaves through about 4 before reaching a top you can't see.
What does Paylor have to say about this?
I check. I hold up my mace and say, Paylor, explain this to us so we can go more. And I'll roll a religion check to see if I get anything
All right.
out of this. That'd be a 12.
You get no response. It feels like you receive a solid handshake, like a good fatherly handshake.
Okay.
Otherwise, the warmth of that emotion is all you have.
All right. Well, I'm going to interpret that, but he would interpret that as a good sign that it's okay. We should go through there, and that it's as ominous as it is. It's the right way to go.
All right. And Grinkeeper goes forward.
We are going to move on to the next section of the map here, and I will move you guys over. Pardon my haphazard placement as we get you over to that layer. And as you start to climb through these various archways, the path that you're on gives way to stairs. Very, very rudimentary kind of stairs that has moss growing under each step. The stairs go up.
Grinkeeper's pretty stoked. She's bouncing. She's like, "You ready? You guys ready? Ready?
Ko is less excited.
Yeah.
Not a great history with stairs.
Looking out in front of you, you see that these very weathered rocks, full of holes from repeat rainfall, the trees overhead, losing their density due to these structures, divide your view from what's beyond, in addition to the top of this crest you're about to go to. But you do see more archways continue up there. And as you climb these stairs, a voice jumps out at you, as well as a little man. He says, "What are you doing?" You look and you see a dirty little fellow, about 3 feet tall.
What the heck are you?
He's got sticks in his hair. In fact, he's got a long, looks like he just took 2 branches, curled his hair over them, tied it in the back, and made himself a pair of wooden antlers. He's got a fur jacket on. His face is covered in mud. He's got a little tiny goatee with mud hanging off that. And on his shoulder is a small bush that seems to be vibrating angrily.
You are
He
little
points
man.
at you.
You are a little man who carved tree.
That's my work, yes? What are you doing here? His nose is all pressed in. His eyes look entirely black. There's hardly any white to them. And he's got dirty little teeth with brown along his gums.
A Grick. We're looking for a Grick.
You'll find no Grick here. You leave right now. These woods are under my protection. And I'd know if there was a Grick in them.
We saw signs of Grick when we came. In ground.
Where are you from?
Do we tell him?
Sure, why not? The Adventurers Guild.
Okay, well now it's out. We came to kill Grick to get money to save town from Grick.
And so you're just a bunch of city folk hanging out in my forest. I don't like it one bit. The trapper, he got what was coming to him.
Who is this trapper?
What?
Who is trapper?
Y'all aren't with the trapper?
You mean the cart down back that way? I gesture down the path we came from.
Yeah, Forrest ate him up. As they should have.
Did you see what happened?
No, I cleaned up.
By cleaned up, do you mean you took some items from the cart?
No, I found what was left of him and moved it off the trail and cleaned up. It's not natural to have a bunch of human bodies hanging out in a forest, you know. This is my forest to watch. I know everything that goes on in it. And I'm gonna say, again, you're going no further, and this here is my forest, and I'm here to protect it.
You didn't seem to do a very good job protecting the man in the cart.
Why would I protect a man in the cart? He's an intruder.
Well, why
Just as
wouldn't you protect the birds?
What birds?
The birds in the cart. You said you cleaned up.
I said I cleaned up a man. I didn't visit any cart. It's full of things.
Splendor Belt, reveal your secret.
Okay. And I'll pull out of my pocket. Pop. I open the leather pouch and I pull out a little bird that's hopefully alive at this point.
It's doing fine. You made a good animal handling check. It's been doing fine in there. It's been resuscitating, been getting hydrated, enjoying the water, and it seems happy as a clam.
Oh, good. This is bird we find in cart. Almost dead. I bring it back.
That's a forest thrush. We don't have those here. Those must be from down the road. That's not my forest.
Okay, so maybe Grick is not in your forest, somewhere else.
The man, he came here, something got him, and I cleaned up. All right? I'm not gonna let just anybody wander around these ruins.
If you don't know what got the man, how can you be sure there is no Grick?
Because a Grick would put this whole environment in jeopardy. I refuse to admit that there would be such a beast here. You do know what a Grick is, right?
Rocks.
I have seen one before, yes.
And Grick is like a wolf. It's like the wolf of the underground. A large worm to us. Down there, it's a predator. It would throw out the whole ecosystem.
All the more reason for you to help us. If we deal with it, we take it out of your ecosystem. Let me put it to you this way. If you do not help us, and we go back and we say, we met a man, he said there was no Grick, they are going to simply send somebody else. And if they don't find it, they are going to send somebody else. And then somebody else is going to come. You're going to be dealing with people all day, every day.
This is how job board works. You don't do job, someone else comes, tries to do job.
You can help us. We can all deal with it. And nobody else needs to come over here.
He nervously picks his nose, kind of spaces out, picks his teeth with the same finger. Not really thinking about it too much.
This is gross, what you're doing with finger. Don't put finger in nose and then on teeth.
You think I live out here so I can get that kind of instruction?
This is a foul behavior from you, and I will not look at you while you do it because Pelor turns his back on people who are gross. And I turn around and not look at him anymore.
Very natural. If it wasn't supposed to happen, my finger wouldn't fit. And he has at it some more.
That's a great excuse. Every little kid should adopt that excuse. It's good.
Look, Obadiah's fine with it. I'm fine with it, okay? Listen. All right. What do you need to leave?
We need to find the Grick, or whatever it is that killed the man in the cart.
All right, and then you'll be out. We're good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'll let you all by. For now, I'll be watching. All right. Well, follow me. If you're going up, you're going up. And he starts walking up the stairs.
Grandkeeper follows.
And you reach the top of the stairs, and you look out over a vast sinkhole that has been reinforced with a stone wall around it. In this sinkhole is a large amount of ruins. You see a trail leading around the center, and small building walls, as they are, ruins and all that, about 3 feet high, no roofs on them. And looking out from this distance, you see the sinkhole continues into a cave in the back right corner. To the left, along the back wall, you see something that looks like a series of seats carved into the stone. In the center of the pathway, after a winding staircase takes you down, you see what appears to be a reservoir, perhaps a well or a fountain. And trees and bushes have all overgrown this. There's 5 buildings in total, but of course all that's left are the series of small walls.
We'll keep following him if he's going to keep bleeding.
He reaches the very top of the staircase. Gestures to the ruins. Well, ruins? Is this what you're here for?
If ruins have Grick, yes.
I do see a cave back there. We know that the Grick, the one we saw, was underground. Might not be a bad idea to go give that a look.
That'd be your job then.
Then down we go.
Rick.
All right, I'll be here if you need me. But otherwise, you all are gone after this.
Wait, what's your name?
They call me Veggie Sticks.
They should call you Booger Finger
Why would they call me that?
because you pick booger and then you eat it.
Didn't eat it. That suggests some sort of nourishment provided.
Ugh. You're foul creature. Here's
sits down.
here's hoping Grick is less gross than you.
He plops down, and much like a child might at the beach, he starts scooping sand towards himself, eventually building kind of that large mud sand diaper that naturally ends up as you scoop sand towards yourself. He takes the bush off his shoulder, puts it on the pile, and it slowly jaunts down the little hill of mud and sand.
That brought back memories.
Grick.
Whoops. Sorry. I'm looking at the creature and didn't mean to click that. Okay, so gross man, he's gone. We find Grick.
Yeah. Let's proceed.
You all are in control of your tokens here. You have the map before you. Let me know where you proceed, or as you proceed into this area, into these various ruins.
Well, let's see.
Grinkeeper would keep on the path.
At some point, we moved up there, so like, oh, whoops, I can't. Where's my thing? Token. There he is. All right. So if we move up, like, yeah, we're right up here by her.
Yeah, I'd be moving along, kind of hanging back a little bit, but just keeping an eye on things.
Well, you all descend down the steps into the heart of these ruins here. As you approach the center plaza of sorts and take a look at this old well, you see that it is dark and deep. Goes on for an unknown amount. Ahead of you, the path heads into that chaired meeting house, temple of some kind. To your immediate left is a small enclosure looking like a building, and then the path on the right heads to more buildings, and eventually that cave in the back.
Grinkeeper will want to run a check on all of the buildings.
Perception check, or what kind of check?
Just walk in, look around, walk out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. So you start, Grinkeeper starts inspecting the various, what were houses, perhaps, in the ruins.
To kind of save on time with the house checking, Ko will split off, not too far, not wander too far, but kind of check some of the other ones as well.
House checking commences. Splendor Belt?
I'm gonna stay on the path and indicate that I'll stay here and just sort of keep an eye on things here. I don't like that we'd leave nothing out here while we're all searching houses, so I'm gonna keep watch.
Cool. Splendor Belt takes up position in the center plaza. Grinkeeper and Co. Are you guys together or just inspecting houses at the same time?
I would say just inspecting houses at the same time. So if she went up that way, maybe I'd head that way.
Cool. So they split up. Splendor Belt has a pretty good eye on both of them. Splendor Belt, roll a perception check.
All right. That is a 16, sir.
A 16. So you're standing here in the center of the plaza in front of the well, the water source. Looking at Grinkeeper going into houses, Co going in and out of houses. And you notice something about the stone. It's got mortar of a sort. It's these round stones, much like the smaller version of the giant ones that made up the archways as you were on your way up. But something brings your eye down, and in between the cracks and floating in the water you see a black, gooey substance.
Okay. Is it moving?
Nope, just floating around the water, looking like mold or anything else that might be messing around in fetid water.
I'd want to explore maybe how suspicious I think that is versus if I just think it's more gunk in the water.
Okay, you could roll a investigation or insight check if you wanted to, or just start doing something that doesn't require a roll, like poking it, touching it.
Let's try. I'm going to do 2 things in a row here. Let's try insight, and then I want to poke it. Because I had considered that with my mace, but let's for now do an insight. So let's see. We got 14. It's not great.
Not bad, though, and you have a +4 to it, so you're rather insightful as an individual. And you pretty quickly pick up that without the trash, debris, and the bits of food, this appears to be the same black gunk that was filling up the fountains at the Crypt of Cord.
Oh, interesting. All right, well then I would still poke it with a mace, just a little jab.
Give it a little poke, and it kind of has a little bit of, I mean, it's too wet right now, but it kind of has a little bit of suction to it, and it sort of gives like a big piece of gum.
Okay.
Leaving an imprint briefly before it sort of settles back, and as you pull back, it brings that one little wire with it, and goes and snaps.
Okay. So it's got this elasticity. It doesn't seem to be moving on its own other than it kind of healed itself, though.
Yeah.
All right.
While he does that, Grinkeeper and Co. advance yourselves to your next buildings, wherever you would put yourself. Cool. Go, you enter another small house. You see very much the things you find in ruins. A weird hollowed basin in the ground. Some old bits of clay pot broken in the corner. Nothing with any sort of imagery or paint on it. It does appear the walls were once plastered and there was some sort of art upon them, but it has since faded. Grinkeeper walks into the back room, this one with all the stone benches leading up to the front. And in the front, Grinkeeper, you see a about 3x3 pedestal going up 4 feet high. And in the center of it is a round hole. From your current vantage point at entering this area, the hole seems to go down. There doesn't seem to be much to it. And along the back wall, you see some sort of carving, indentation, making a pattern. And I'm going to message you that here in Discord. Secret style.
Ooh.
Secret.
Yeah. Secret style.
Splendorbelt, you've stood up from your investigation, and you don't see your 2 companions.
Okay. I know they're in those houses, though, right?
You saw them walk around corners, but your investigation took your eyes off the prize.
Okay. Well, now he doesn't like that. So this one here, let me get out my laser. This place here,
Which is a tool in the tool set here, not the Splendorbelt's actual laser pointer.
Right, let me grab my sci-fi tool in this D&D campaign. No, this right here, John's been in here, or Co is in here, or no?
Yeah, Grinkeeper inspected that one.
How about this one up here?
No one's inspected that one yet.
I'm going to go in there, because if I can't see them, there's no point in holding vigil until I know where they are, so I'm going to go in there.
All right. You head up to another room. and take a look around inside. You see a large 5 foot deep, 10 foot wide hole in the ground. You see a bunch of broken pots sitting in the bottom of it. And there appears to be some old plaster on the wall that has color, mostly faded, like a brownish orange, some sort of purple, but it doesn't make an image you can understand.
Can I do a religion check and see if I recognize any of this as religious symbology or, I don't know, anything like that?
Sure.
Okay. Oof, that's a 5.
Symbols are illegible, just gone with time. And nothing stands out to you as religious in this room. In fact, your religion check shows that this used to be what would be the equivalent of a refrigerator. This is a granary, a hole in the ground to keep things cool.
Okay. And I don't see anything else that jumps out at me or makes me wonder about anything. There's nothing here that I perceive as out of the ordinary.
In particular in this room, no.
Okay.
Let's go back to Ko. Ko, you've investigated your building.
All right. Gonna move down to the next one.
You find very much the same thing. However, you do hear, after looking around and poking around, this rather large room with a tree growing out the middle of it, its roots pushing up the various tiles that used to make up the floor. You hear a "Ah!" from up on the hill.
From back the way we came up on the hill.
Up the steps.
I'll step back out and see if I can get a look and see if I can identify what happened there. Gonna come back out around this way and look.
So you bushwhack up the side a bit, and you find the butt print of the little man, but no little man. His tiny little bush that's about, 6 inches in diameter is still kind of trundling around back and forth.
That is alarming. Okay. Ko will turn around and start making his way back to the fountain to try and get the others.
Using the steps or going down the bushwhack style you came in?
He'd probably go the short route, so he'd probably come over this way and then start, kind of making a way towards the path, but not necessarily on it.
Okay.
Just straight line in it.
All right, so sort of slide down the hillside a little bit, keep moving. Splendorbelt, you have finished your inspection of this particular building and head out and see Ko coming down the hill, a little speedy-like. Grinkeeper, is there anything you do in your building?
She's gonna go check out that hole.
All right. You walk up to the centerpiece where these benches seem to be facing with the great carving behind it, making the shapes of which are currently secret, only to you. And you see a stone pillar. There is old plaster on the sides of it. Looks as though it once had been decorated in great colors, now completely faded. Old bits of paint and shale kind of laying around the ground. And the hole goes down. And even as you approach it, you can hear the sound echoing up out of this hole. Just a droning, oh, constantly. And at each step you took towards it makes it louder and louder until you're close enough to it that it's not deafening, but it certainly has that feeling like your neighbors playing their bass too loud. It's just kind of shaking your core a little bit.
Is it recognizable?
You wouldn't know the sound. You haven't experienced this before.
No. She'll cast detect detect good and evil of the divine sense. Maybe insight would be a better role for this.
Right. This ability is very much about detecting creatures.
Creatures,
Yeah. So insight, even religion, might serve you better than using this per day
Let's
ability.
do insight then to see if it feels bad enough that it should be covered up.
Okay.
Four.
Yeah.
4. I mean, it can make you uncomfortable without knowing why, but you're not really able to identify what it is about this sound that seems so unnerving.
Yeah, so Grinkeeper, lost in contemplation, will not, blind, soft focus, walk her way out of the temple. She's not really paying attention, but she wants to go get everyone to see this.
Okay. Grinkeeper exits the temple. As Splendorbelt exits his building and Ko comes running down towards the center water well. And you all see each other.
There's something crazy in this building. There's a hole that goes down, and it makes you feel real weird. And there's art.
I also the little man, Veggie Sticks, is gone.
Where did he go?
I don't know. I heard a yell, and he was gone.
We all meet up in this center area as we walk towards each other. Well, at least Ko and Grinkeeper. Splendorbelt, do you join the party?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd get out. I'd be by you guys. I would also be pretty quick to tell everybody about the goop.
Splendorbelt points out the black goop, which is lining the edges of this well in the center.
Yeah, and remind everyone that we saw this before in our previous day.
Creepy. Here, come on, let me show you this thing. You guys gotta feel this. I've never felt anything like it before. And
Okay.
she'll lead everyone back into the temple, to the baptismal font of evil.
Ko and Grinkeeper, you make your way. Splendorbelt with your advanced passive perception. As you're about to leave the right-hand side of this ruin, you hear a echo from up the hillside.
Oh, he doesn't like that. Do you hear this?
Grinkeeper would be gone already.
So Grinkeeper runs into the building. Ko is about to enter that, and Ko, you hear Splendorbelt yell, "Do you hear this?"
No. I go in the building.
Where do you go, Splendorbelt? Ko and Grinkeeper enter the building.
There's no door, right? This is just an open archway.
Yep.
Okay.
Open air on top.
I'm gonna back in with looking out the back at the direction of the sound I heard, and I'm just gonna stand in that doorway for a minute and not go running wherever they are.
Okay. Did you want to make any sort of check with it, or just take up the position?
Yeah, maybe perception, I guess. Just I want to know what the hell I heard, or if I can see anything that I heard.
Cool.
That will be a 12.
Okay. Looking out. Not seeing anything. Damn it. Grinkeeper, and I will now, and you'll see this behind you as well, Splendorbelt. Grinkeeper points at the wall where there is lots of that old stucco, old front that is now gone, but carved into the stone, the actual stone of the sinkhole, the limestone. You see this particular pattern. And I will post it in the Discord for anybody listening, under spoilers.
Oh, look at that. That's really cool. Here, chat.
This is carved into it, so it is indented, and it starts with a number of symbols. There's a triangle up top, ends with a spiral at the bottom. And Grinkeeper points up towards this thing, the altar sitting right in front of it.
Is there any way we can copy this or something? The guild might find this pretty cool. Also, Step up to the hole.
Ko, without any sort of covering over the hole as Grinkeeper left it open, you immediately hear the sound. The same sort of sound you heard in the tunnels where you met the Grick.
That is interesting. Maybe this is the way that the creature was able to get up top.
Maybe.
What do you mean?
This reminds me of the tunnels that we were in, so maybe it connects to the underground.
We gotta close it then.
And
I agree.
this altar hole is 6 inches in diameter, heading straight down.
Ko is gonna take out a torch and his tinderbox and light it for a moment, letting it kind of burn, and then will snuff it out, but run his finger in the kind of the ash remaining, and on the back of his adventurer's book, make a finger copy of the symbol.
Okay.
Grinkeeper's looking for stones. A big heavy thing to put on top.
Roll a investigation check of the room. Splendor Belt, are you aiding in any of this search, or are you keeping your eyes out the back door?
I am very concerned about what I heard out the back door. So I probably will not contribute to the room search as much as I will keeping an eye there and just being vigilant about that direction.
Sounds good.
It's a 1 with a -1 to investigation. So it's 0.
Okay. Sounds good. You find a rock, a large piece of this limestone, a slate of it basically, and you carry it up and over and place it on top. As she passes you, Ko, with this large, 3x3 piece of stone, you see that it has writing on it that she has completely missed. And she walks up and, writing side down, slams it on top of the pedestal.
There was something on the bottom of that.
Ah, jeez. And then she'll work to flip it over and put it text side up over the hole.
She flips it over with her considerable strength, but this thing is a massive piece of stone. And at immediate notice by Grinkeeper, you see that it is a very, very old form of Elvish. Why you know Elvish? We're not quite sure at the moment, but we'll be sure to find out in the future. But you recognize it as Elvish, and nobody else knows this particular language but you.
She'll read it. And she'll go, "It's Elvish. Hold on. I'm a little rough, but I think I can do this."
As you look over it, it is some sort of halfway stone, a translator for the symbols on the wall. And as you start to dig in, you think you can start to make out the first symbol at the top of this carving, the big top of a triangle, as it is on the wall beyond. But Splendor Belt, you hear a hiss in a nearby bush outside.
Ugh.
Coming from pretty close by. This bush, it's about 25 feet away.
Okay. And I can't see any source of the hiss, right?
The bush doesn't appear to be moving. That's just where the sound seems to be emanating from.
This will freak me out, and I will now cast a spell as a result. That spell being Sacred Flame, and I will do it where the bush is.
You attack the bush with Sacred Flame.
Yes. And it's intense flame with lots of light.
Now, But Sacred Flame is the one that targets creatures, right? That you can see. Then I have to make a save.
Well,
correct?
let's see. Radiance turns a creature I can see within range. I guess the bush is not going to be a creature, is it?
No. Do you have any attacks that would target an area or a spot?
Yeah.
In this case,
I
you're
mean,
asking your god to smite a creature of which there is none there.
I could do thaumaturgy and do like a, you know. I mean, it's just going to do sound or visuals and aren't going to hurt it. I guess that's okay.
Yeah, but your voice can boom, and you're in a basin here, so it'd certainly carry quite a bit. You can cause flames to flicker, brighten, and dim. Nope, that wouldn't help. Harmless tremors. You could make harmless tremors happen. You could make the bush shake.
I actually like that. Let's do that. I'm going to cast that.
Okay. So you reach out with your magics and forcibly shake the bush, the ground underneath it.
Mm-hmm. It looks like I have to do voice on this. It's a vocal component, so I'm going to say... Here's my verbal. Whatever is inside the bush, quit being such douche. And I and I cast it. And rumble it does.
And the bush shakes back and forth.
And then I wait and see if anything comes out of it.
All right, again, Greenkeeper, you've been looking at this for a bit. You think with a investigation check, you might be able to translate the first symbol.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Hey, you get 2.
Whoa.
Damn right.
You're able to read a bit of this carving on the wall. The top symbol stands for sky. The circle below it is a folk symbol, people. This would be sky people, people of the sky, or some sort of beings who live amongst the clouds.
Sky people. That's what I'm getting. Sky people. Hey, let me keep going. Are we good? Are you okay, man? I heard you say something about a douche.
I am checking bush.
So what are you doing during this?
I'm interested in what Grinkeeper has going, so I'm kind of keeping an eye on that because I'm interested, but also nervously looking over my shoulder every now and then. I'm about as useful as Tim in Jurassic Park. Not doing it.
Oh boy.
Just jumping around with my hands on my head.
But you read the book. You read the book.
Yeah, that's true.
Grick.
Now, as a player, I would say you shouldn't be on that page, but I know you enjoy the art rather than the numbers.
Oh yeah, it's all about the art. I don't know what he can do. I'm not really looking at it. Here he is, chat. Look at him. Yeah. We're looking out for this guy.
Splendor Belt? An 18 versus your AC.
That will definitely hit.
The follow-up attack is going to be a 10 versus your AC.
That will miss.
So, Ko, you only see it when it's too late. The large, smooth rock that makes up these walls unfurls itself, kind of folds out, and as it does, a sort of spiral of tentacles unfolds, like a morning flower, if it was a beautiful thing. And as that pulls back, you see beneath a golden beak. All the red skin drool dripping down between this beak as it just jumps out and takes a slap with its tentacles, kind of grabbing like a Venus flytrap might onto Splendor Belt. Splendor Belt, you take 9 points of damage.
Ugh.
Of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Or slashing damage. That's weird for tentacles, but sure, why not, book? Slashing damage.
It is. All right.
And they try to grasp around you, and as they do, they get a hold of you for just a moment, just enough, and the beak, much like a deep sea fish, kind of extends out further than it should and snaps but misses, dinging your armor, the scales. This Grick, this large, 6-foot tall snake beast, its forward tentacles unfurled and the beak exposed, is now right in your face. Entering the building as it was already there, part of the wall. And we enter initiative. Delightful as it is. Ko, you were up first.
Great. Ko, seeing this attack, is immediately going to draw his weapons and strike at the creature. So I will move to take position around there and first strike at it with the short sword. That's a 19 to hit.
It's a hit.
All right. With the flanking bonus and sneak attack, it's going to be 10 slashing damage with the short sword. And then do a follow-up strike with the dagger. I don't know if it'll cut it. It's a 9 to hit.
Miss.
Okay.
Or more so, I should say, a hit, but it just dings on its scaly, stony skin. A tough exterior for sure. Next up is Grinkeeper.
Grinkeeper will go, "Oh my gods!" And then she'll run over with her shield up and her warhammer in one hand. And she will use her bonus action to cast, let's see, Divine Favor on herself to give her weapon radiant damage. And then go for a hit.
Oh, very cool. Go for the hit then.
It's a natural 20.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, roll it again. Let's see what happens. We're not picking you up, sorry.
It's because I'm talking to the little one who's apparently still... He's playing with his little bush.
Oh.
But he survived the Grick attack. Hold on. 14?
A 14 is a hit. You succeed. You run straight up, your weapon imbued with holy divine radiance, as it says, and you swing it straight into its mouth. Its beak breaks into 10 pieces. And as your massive warhammer slams those pieces deeper, one of them happens to penetrate its brain, and it falls dead immediately.
Wow.
Gross. God, is that what a Grick is? I mean, gods, is that what a Grick is?
As it hits the ground, it kind of deflates, gives a little... And as that sound echoes around the sinkhole, you hear screeches and hisses from the various corners of the complex.
Great.
Do they all sound and resemble what we have heard from this Grick?
What you heard already, yes.
It seems like we may be dealing with more than one. And Ko will claim his trophy. What would be good to try and get off of a Grick? The beak's shattered. It has little tentacles, though, right?
Yep, a ring of 4 large tentacles. I mean, large for a medium-sized creature, so these are about the size of your forearm.
Yeah, let's take one of those.
Cool. You start hacking away at one of these, glancing up and around as you do so, carving it off. Splendor Belt, you've been standing watch during this time. You see a Grick slither over the wall near that back hole, that back cave. Very much near the house you were inspecting earlier.
How far away is it?
This would be... Let's use our measurement tool. So that'd be about 100 feet away.
Okay. I would get within. What would it take for me to get within 60?
100. You'd take 40 movement, so that would be your current movement is 30. So you'd have to do more than your
Yeah.
current movement.
Well, that dings my action, so maybe not. But I will go. Another back there, and I'll point. Just sort of alert everybody. But I think that's what I'll do.
All right. Grinkeeper. Splendorbell is pointing at one that has risen over a wall in the distance, 100 feet away. Ko is currently carving off a tentacle. What do you want to do?
How high up are the outside walls?
The outside walls, you descended down about 75 feet, so you'd be at the base of the 75-foot wall.
Cool. And the thing that Ko's cutting up, it doesn't have any legs.
Nope, just a snaky body, and then the 4 tentacles in the front, and then the beak you shattered.
Okay, and is there any roof on this thing?
On the building you're currently in, no. The walls are about 10 feet high, these being the highest walls left in the entire complex. There is no roof left. All the buildings have no roofs on them.
Cool. Grinkeeper will go, well, hold up here. It's a good defense. I gotta try and get these symbols figured out. And then she'll run back to the thing and start translating as hard as she can until another one shows up. But with as quickly as this first one died, she's not too worried.
Cool. Take a, so that was just free action, talking and thinking, looking. So let's do another check for you. Translation.
2.
2. Well, you know, it was killing a beast like that. That was pretty cool. It's pretty unfocusing. So you've got to get back in the zone. We're back to Crandall Splendorbelt.
All right.
You see one dart out of the bushes
How far
coming
away?
your way.
Okay, and that one's not too far.
Nope, this one would be... That'd be 65 feet away.
I will move 5 additional feet as to be in range and launch Sacred Flame at this creature I can see.
All right, I rolled a 14.
One moment.
Oh, you don't roll anything for Sacred Flame,
Oh, no,
right?
I don't
I just
do
dodge
it.
it.
Which is unfortunate because I rolled a nat 20 when I shouldn't have rolled anything.
Oh, well,
And I'm bummed out.
maybe the dice has more in it for later.
All right, so... Sorry, what'd you roll?
14.
Yeah, that didn't do it, so this is going to be a hit.
Oh, that'd be a miss. So your,
Oh, I'm sorry,
your Sacred
Dex 12.
Flame misses
You say Dex 12.
on-
Sorry. You're right. It's a miss. Totally miss. I whiff it.
We enter the Grick's turns. And I move closer with my Grick. And I slither down the wall here and closer with my Grick. My Grick appears on the wall nearby. Ko,
Grick.
up behind you, you hear a slithering. And rocks fall as a hiss echoes out. And a Grick has appeared 75 feet up on the wall behind you.
Oh, jeez, it's quite a ways up there. Okay, so you said from floor to out the roof, it's how high?
75 feet.
75 feet.
You're talking about up the sinkhole wall, right? There's only...
To get out of, like, if we wanted to scale... Oh, well, hold on. This is what a laser's for. Like, if we wanted to scale this wall here
yes,
and get kind of on top of it, that's 75 feet up.
correct.
Okay.
The nearby rubble ruined building walls are 10 feet high.
Okay, give me one moment. I just want to see something. All right. Ko is going to... Ko is going to kneel down. He kind of just drops his weapons for the moment. Kneels down, and he wears that purple scarf around his neck, but it has been extended with a purple sash, which he is gonna pull free now.
You
And
mean
he's gonna-
Sultan's sash of climbing?
Yes, Sultan's sash of climbing, and he's going to tie the end of that sash to the rope that he already carried, 50 feet of rope.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that's so much of my action that I can't then also command it on this turn or not. That's up to you, I think. But
No,
to
I'm-
drop.
I see what you mean. So what you could do is, let's see, and it's moved 10 feet on your turn when you first command it, and 10 for each. So, okay, so basically what you're doing right now is you command the rope as an action to start climbing, and like a vine or a snake going up a wall, it would start snaking its way up,
Yeah.
which would give you plenty of time before it would snake out of distance for you to tie that additional rope on.
Yes.
So we start basically a counter of 7 turns before the rope reaches the top.
Yeah.
Perfect. Something you can do as a bonus action, you can command the other end of the rope to move towards its destination. Oh, okay. So you can make both sides move at different directions if you wanted to, using both your action and your bonus action. Okay, cool.
Oh, so I could actually have it tie itself, because I'm allowed
Yeah.
to command it to tie. So I don't even have to physically tie the rope. It can tie itself on the other end.
Exactly.
Awesome. All right, so it's done that. And it's starting to snake its way up the side of the wall. We'll say kind of... I guess this is closer, so we'll say kind of up here.
That would put it near the Grick, if that matters to you.
Yeah, let's have it do it on the far side.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
cool.
he's
So
Still kind of close, but
yeah.
yeah.
He'll snap that with his snapper.
So this rope starts like a vine would, or that snake, kind of catching itself on parts of the wall, and it's making its way up, climbing up the track. Grinkeeper, your turn.
She's still trying to figure out this thing. She's kind of lost in the zone, maybe.
Cool. Keep translating.
Four.
Not getting anything there. Splendor Belt, you're up.
Okay. Slouch down. Let's do another. I can see the one that's up on the wall, right, from where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't want to do that yet. Hold on one second. Let me see. Okay, here it is. All right, I'm going to try this. Why not? I'm going to try command.
Okay.
The only thing this doesn't work on is undead, so we're good there. And it's 30 feet. We're good there. What other? Let's see. Last one round. Okay, basically, I'm going to cause it to halt. Let me see if halt will do anything. Yeah, I'll do halt. Oh, better yet. Sorry. Let's do grovel. I'm gonna command it to grovel, assuming I make the hit here.
Cool. So it looks like you have the choice of making it approach, drop, flee, grovel, or halt, and we're going with grovel.
We're going with grovel, and it's a wisdom saving throw for you.
I got a 4.
That that fails. So let me cast it. Okay. Basically, I just yell, grovel, you piece of shit! And it stops and grovels, and it says it falls prone. Then ends its turn.
Cool. So even though I'm a snake mechanically, or not technically a snake, but a snake-like body, technically I can still be prone, so I would have to spend half my movement standing up on my next turn.
Correct. Yeah.
So you have effectively killed a good majority of its movement towards you in this next go. Did you want to move anywhere?
Well, it also doesn't say there's prone and then ends its turn. So I think what it means is its turn, when its turn comes around, doesn't it just skip its turn the first time around and then it still has to do the movement?
I think that's right. I think the groveling
cool.
hasn't occurred yet. I think it occurs on its turn.
Yeah.
Oh, fabulous.
So basically,
I will-
it acts as a skip turn kind of thing. Is the
So
effect of it.
my turn is burnt when we get to it.
Right. And then the next time you still have half your movement to get up.
Grand. Good plan.
Yeah.
Did you want to move anywhere?
No, I feel. Actually, yes. I'm going to move back. It's going to be a little closer to my friends here, right there.
Cool.
Okay, that's my
The
turn.
brick outside pulls its head to the ground and shivers in fear of your god that you have invoked in order to cast the spell. Spending its turn.
Nice.
The next Grick advances, climbing up the sheer wall as though it had some sort of spider climb, some sort of feature to it, and ends up on the other side. The one at the top of the wall starts descending. It is at so it's at 15 feet up the wall above you. Now we enter the turn order again, but it seems that Ko has established a snaking rope that'll be at the top in 6 rounds. Grinkeeper is attempting to translate before it's time to go, and Splendorbelt is using all he can to halt the advance of these creatures. More hisses ring out from behind them as they advance. The entire sinkhole seems lousy with these various Gricks. So let's go fast. Go, it's your turn.
Okay. Ko is going to.
Grick.
Ko's gonna throw a dagger at the one that's descending the wall next to him.
Sounds good.
So that's gonna be a 14 to hit.
That's a hit.
That is 6 piercing damage.
All right, anything else you want to do on your turn?
I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll try it. I'm gonna try and use my mirthful leap to jump up as high as I can. Maybe get a little running start. Jump up and grab the rope as I leap, if I can go higher than it, and carry the rope a little bit of the way up to speed it along. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's see
so
that jump.
I roll a d8. I got a 2, which is 2 additional feet to the amount of feet I can jump, which may not be enough to even make it as far as the rope has.
All right, give me that athletics roll.
Athletic. Or is it acrobatics for jumping?
Athletics is the
that's
vertical
right.
jump you're looking for.
Okay. That's not bad. A dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. All right, so you're able to push the rope up some. This would be on your turn. So you pushed it up the 2 feet that you gained it. So it didn't go too far, but you're managing to jump as high as the rope was at the current time.
Okay. That'll be it.
Grinkeeper.
All right. And there are clearly more coming.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She's gonna keep trying to translate then, and then if one gets too close, she'll smack it.
All right. Roll your translation.
It's a 1.
Oh my gosh.
Grinkeeper's a little overwhelmed by the task at hand. Ko does have the doodle of the drawing, but you've got this heavy tablet with you. Did you want to move or anything of the like?
Grinkeeper will give it a thought. She's frustrated, so she'll start looking around, and then she'll see the rope and the rope climbing, and she'll get an idea, and she'll start pushing the she'll try and get the rope around the tablet to bring with them. 'Cause
Okay.
There's a lot of rope to go.
There is, however, the bottom 15 feet of the rope as planned is going to be normal rope, not the magical rope that can hold 3,000 pounds.
Is the part of the magic rope still nearby?
It's still snaking up, yes.
How much of that rope is available?
So it'd be 20 feet up the wall right now, so there's 40 feet laying slack on the floor.
Okay, that might be enough. So she's gonna start pushing the slab off to get the magical part of the rope around it.
Okay,
And
sounds
then
good.
up we go.
All right, Splendor Belt.
All right. I feel in danger right now.
I'm in danger.
Given where I'm precariously sitting between these two. I'm basically triangulated between these two guys. This brown is just a path, so I am going to move from, let's see, I'm going to go from there to like there. And from here, I'm going to cast another Sacred Flame onto this guy in the middle.
All right.
Let me laser this guy here.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Well, that is a whiff then. I will say, Paylor, do not forsake me! And then end my turn.
All right, the Grix advance.
Damn it.
But we are out of time. So for today, the Grix close in on our heroes as they attempt to retrieve the stone tablet, as they attempt to scale the pit, climb themselves out of the sinkhole here in the ruins, the unknown ruins, which may be translated, but we'll see if Grinkeeper is able to pull it off next time.
Very nice. All right, there it is. Cliffhanger, everybody. Will we make it? You'll never know. Unless you come back and listen next week, then you'll totally know.
You'll find out in a week.
You'll find out in a week that we'll probably totally make it. Well done, and good job, everybody. Thank you for coming and being here and listening and watching and hanging out with us as always. It is a great time to be had hanging out with you guys, and we hope you enjoy what we're doing here. I know there was a lot of football today, so we appreciate you flying with There Will Be Dungeons Airlines. We do really appreciate it. If you have any thoughts or questions or feelings, you can send us questions and stuff. We use those in our bonus shows. Speaking of which, we have 2 of those this month. Already did one last week, got another one coming up, and it's based on the backs of your great questions, so keep those coming in. Just go to the website. There's a big questionnaire form right there. It's super simple to use, or you can use our email address. That's fine, too. Either way, we'll hook you up. Therewillbedungeons.com and become a member of the program. That's right. Dungeons Plus members get all kinds of benefits you can't get any other way, and the only place to sign up for it is at therewillbedungeons.com. That's going to do it for us, for me, for Kyle, for Kristen, and for John. We'll see you next time. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com. That is it. We did it.